Belle Glade, Florida, a place next to the middle of nowhere. Nestled just outside the Everglades, they don't have much in Belle Glade, but they do have the Muck. Anything you put in the muck will grow. Sugarcane, violence, or in Ball State's case, star football players.
Growing up in Belle Glade, everything is focused around football. When you're growing up there, it's either football is the way out, or you're basically stuck there working at the sugar mill like a lot of our parents grew up.
When there's nothing going on besides football, everybody turns to the streets. Usually it's selling drugs, getting into gangs, gang-related stuff, not doing much. There's nothing to really do in Belle Glade. It's either you're going to jail, selling drugs, or you got to get a job in the city, which, doesn't make much money.
Like all we have really is the sugar mill. That's all we have, that and football.
If you want to get out of Belle Glade, it's through football. There's a lot of guys that came out of Belle Glade. My dad, he made it out. And it's fortunate, not a lot of people make it out.
It is like intense as far as like a kid can drop a pass or something and the fans it's very serious down there. It's probably the closest thing to a college atmosphere that you'll get in high school. If we have a losing season, it's not tolerated. If we lose one game, it's not tolerated. You have coaches getting fired like it's a college. Like the fans are very serious when it comes to football down there.
Football is everything down there, and when you go down there to watch the games, you can tell that the talent is like crazy.
That's just the way it goes back home. It's either football or nothing else.
But before players can chase their football dreams, they're first led on another chase. For some, it's survival. Others, for fun. It's the chase of the rabbit.
Rabbit chasing is, basically like, it's not like tag, but you're trying to catch this rabbit, this little cottontail thing.
Oh, well, they burn the cane according to the wind, and you just stay on the opposite side of the where the fire is burning, and you just go to work. Really, it's just something to do. Get you outside of football. It's fun. Rabbits taste good. Taste like chicken almost. The first time I went, I didn't catch anything. The second time I went, it probably took me about 5-10 minutes. Like I caught on quick.
I did it one time, and I was just like amazed of how fast it's moving. Because you look at it on TV, it's like, oh, it's not moving that fast. But when you're behind it, trying to chase it, it's moving all different directions, bouncing left and right, running full speed, make a cut, just crazy.
Once you've had a taste of rabbit, it tastes like chicken. There's no point in just letting them just sit out there. The funniest thing to us is when we go out there and we see people out there with like shotguns or whatnot, shooting the rabbits, because we chase them. We don't go out there with like guns and all that. The muck rabbits, they get so scared and they panic that they'll really freak themselves out, and it's not too hard to catch them at all. You're running through soft cane and muck. The soil's like very, very soft. And just running through that is kind of like almost like running on the beach, running through sand where the ground just gives away as you run. So it helps you build strength in your legs, your calves and whatnot. And then the constant like cutting and moving, trying to catch the rabbit just helps you as far as like your quickness, your agility. And that's all stuff that coincidentally transfers to the football field. It's not like, we go out there like, oh, this is gonna make us better for football. It just happens that way.
Now out of the muck, Swaby and Snead excel on the field for Ball State. Thousands of miles away, they don't forget the lessons Belle Glade taught them.
It's helped me a lot, getting to see, just guys work, what comes out of Belle Glade. Guys are working so hard to get out. They work out at their game. They work at their game so much because, without this, there's no way out.
Growing up in a town with such poverty, and just seeing all that around you as far as violence, drugs, and whatnot, growing up around football just really humbles you. Humbles you just to want to do better than, like, I grew up in a house where my parents were real strict on us, and just seeing all that just makes me want to grow up and just be better than what they did, and that's what they want from me. And it just motivates you really, just to not want to have to live like that.
I just want to be one of the greatest coming out of Belle Glade. I want I want to make my dad proud of me, make my whole family proud. And you know, when I think about the guys that made out and what they're doing now, I just have high expectations for myself. And you know, in college or going to the next level, you know, I just want to be the best that I can be.
You can take the player out of the muck, but you can't take the muck out of the player. The roots just go too deep. For Ball State Sports Link, I'm Chris Rankel.